Hello and welcome to day 4 of racing action here at the virtual TT powered by Motul. Only 2 teams are standing in the way of Davey Todd taking his first ever TT victory, albeit virtual. He's going to take it anyway. The teams in his way, one from America in Team Miller and the other from here in the UK with the fastest ever TT rider around the course, Team Hickman.
We're on board with Peter Hickman as he heads down Bray Hill. Takes right foot right down next to the ground. Incredible.
Mark, I tell you what, I never get bored of watching that man ride a bike. But has that VT there whetted your appetite to potentially make a comeback?
Well, to be fair, to see us crashing into these walls and stuff looking exactly like the avatar of our real leathers and helmets, it makes me not want to do the real one again. But no, absolutely it does. But it's nice to be able to have this bit of a simulator to go and play the course with all. It's so realistic that it's very, very engaging and very cool. And you can actually get so focused into it. It's almost like being there.
So when you got back onto the game and you started heading down Bray Hill, did it all just come back to you? Can you remember the corners, remember the turns, remember the bumps?
I got hairs on the back of my neck, and that's a true story. I was literally going down Bray Hill going, I thought I'd put this away for life. I thought I had decided to stop. I'm back on the track. And I was petrified, just like, because I'm like, I'm back on the track. I better pay attention because I'm going down Bray Hill and, you know, it's well an hour. And I'm just like, it was cool. It was very, very cool and actually surreal.
Alongside you, Mark, is a gamer and our second female competitor in Sara. Sara, welcome to the virtual TT.
Hi, it's really nice to be here and really nice to meet you. Yeah, this is really fun to do.
So how many hours have you put into the game so far?
I don't actually know at this point because I have redone so many laps. I had to keep on trying again and again. I've maybe completed like 10, 11 laps max. I don't know how much other people have done, but mine was, you know, I had to keep restarting. So I've done quite minimal amount of completion of laps. So maybe I've put in maybe like, I guess 20, just under 20 hours.
That's enough. That's more than plenty. So if the TT was over like sector 1, you'd probably win this.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
So Mark, before Sara gets her lap underway, have you got any tips that you can give her before she heads down Bray Hill?
Just that crashing, as she would well know, kills the lap time. So reining it in a little bit will equal overall the better performance. But sometimes it feels slow because you're just trying not to thread things too quick, which you know you can do a little bit better, but you risk, you know, blowing 10 seconds. All
right, so the time has come to see how Team Miller have got on. First up is Sara, and we're going to head over now to Dave Moore with all the action.
Next away, Sara Leghari riding as Michael Dunlop. A flying start along the Glen Crutchley Road. And away we go. Top of St. Indians, and the world just drops away here at Bray Hill. And it looks like a confident start, although a lot of movement. Just could do with being a little bit more central. Coming down Bray Hill, just a little bit too much left and right. But slowing for Quarterbridge, she seems to know which way this course goes. So it doesn't look like we're going to see one of the fastest times from Sara. However, it could be a good, solid performance. Racing for Team Miller. Her racing partner is Mark Miller, the American. So Sara through Braddon Bridge. So we have the 1 minute mark at Union Mills. Just as a little early guide as to how they're doing. And she kind of hits the 1 minute just as they come into Snugborough. So We don't obviously know how Mark's going to do. So a good solid time from Sara could be the difference between winning and losing. So 3:16 at Ballacrane. It takes generally around a minute or so to get from Ballacrane to Glen Helen. And this is the really tricky part. I think there are trickier parts to come further north, but this is still, the road flows left to right, but then there are some really adverse cambers, etc., that can catch you out. Really tight turns such as Laurel Bank that just don't follow the flow of the previous left and right hand corners. You'll see it now coming up. It's quite tight. There's the signs warning that the road tightens. She just gets drawn out a little bit but manages to get back on the power again. And once more, I can just mention that it's exit corner speed that really counts at the Isle of Man TT. Maybe not so much through these tight and twisting parts, but certainly when you're going onto a fast straight, and there are plenty of them, then you want to be getting onto those bits of road quicker than going into the corners going in. So there we go. Around she goes, 4 minutes 22. Oh, now then, 1 second behind Aaron Hislop. So she set a good time. She's 8 seconds ahead of Kenny Lamb. Both racing as gamers. So 1 second behind Aaron Hislop and 8 seconds ahead of Kenny Lamb. 4 minutes 22 at Glen Helen. Next timing point is at Ballaugh Bridge. Into Parliament Square. Now, has she gained any time on Aaron Hislop? Has she pulled further away from Kenny Lamb and Rennie Skaysbrook at Ramsey Hairpin? It's going to be another close time again. It's been a consistent ride. And when I mean consistent, she's stayed pretty close to Aaron Hislop's time. He was 11:31 at the Ramsey Hairpin. It's going to be a similar from Sara Leghari. Oh, she slows right down. And now it's just... Now then, if she'd have just maybe gone in a little bit quicker into the hairpin, she may have moved ahead of Aaron Hislop. She now finds herself 1 second behind him, so she's gained 2 seconds on him at Ramsey. 11:32 her time, 11:31 is his. Maybe that's why, as we see her just coming into Waterworks, she just doesn't have that confidence in her cornering. So Mark Miller would really have to come up with a fantastic lap if they're to be in contention for team honours. Now then, oh, she's lost time to Hislop easily. Oh, it's too fast, and down she goes. Oh dear, oh dear. So her time at the bungalow is 14:51. That little spill just cost her a few seconds. She's now 9 behind Aaron Hislop. 13 seconds ahead of Rennie Skaysbrook. So here we go into signpost corner again. Cautious. Slow for the turns. Into Bedstead again, just backing it off a little bit, making sure she makes it around. Down into the Nook. Governor's Bridge and the dip. I think the sharpest turn. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, and that has cost her. So she does not look like beating 18:12. Just recomposing herself again. Onto Glen Crutchley Road now then. Get the hammer down. Get that bike over that line as fast as you can. It's going to be 18:20 something. 18:23.
Team Miller, coming at you live.
18 minutes and 23 seconds there by Sara. Sara, you must be happy with that. There was a few wide lines, 1 or 2 crashes, but overall happy?
Yeah, I'm really happy with the lap. I think it was my best lap. I really grinded it, so I'm pretty happy with the outcome. It was only 2 crashes, less than I usually get. So yeah, I'm really good with it.
So Mark, after watching Sara's lap there, are you happy with your teammates' time though?
Yeah, why not? This is awesome.
So making his return now to the TT after a few years away, it's the thriller Mark Miller. Over to Dave now with all the action.
Next away, Mark Miller, riding for Team Miller. Mark, a TT winner in the 0 class a few years ago. But here he is on the EBR Eric Buell racing machine. Very distinctive sounding bike. A very quick bike down Bray Hill and a long Quarter Bridge road. So Mark's certainly no stranger either to the TT course or to success at the Isle of Man TT. Now officially retired from road racing. The run down into Douglas Road corner, into Kirkmichael. It's again another rapid lap, and it's certainly going to be close between him, Tipper, Porter, and Coward. Out of Kirkmichael into Ren Cullen. Just making sure he negotiates. Just really controlling the throttle. And certainly keeping the revs low to make sure he gets through. So through Bishop's Court we go. Now he should be able to get some really good time together. He knows his way around. And there are seconds to be gained here. The road does tend to bend a lot. However, there is a fairly straight line going down it. So Belaf Bridge. Oh, he's 7th. He's just 2 seconds behind. So he's dropped down. He's a couple of seconds behind Coward and Tipper. He's a second behind Porter. So as it stands, Tipper and Coward joint 4th. Louis Porter in 6th place, and Mark Miller now finds himself in 7th. However, we are talking seconds. The Eric Buell racing machine, sounding superb around the Cregner Bar. So it could be, it's an all or nothing sector now for Mark Miller. There is the possibility of 3rd place, however that's an 11-second time difference he has to make up on Raul Torres to take 3rd. And looking at the times, just coming into Cronknamona, he won't do it. He's too far outside. He'd have to find some kind of shortcut. So he looks as if he could be on for a top 6 finish. More riders still to come, of course, including the 135 man Peter Hickman. Mark Miller down out of bedstead. Into Governors. That's pretty perfect. Wonderful. All apart from the exit, really. Just a little bit wobbly. He kept it nice and tight, but then just lost a second or two. So then, he's going to be outside Torres. He's going to be outside Porter. He's outside Jamie Coward as well. Oh, here we go. He's level. In fact, he's 7th. He slips back 16:45.
16 minutes 45 by Mark Miller there. Mark, I mean, all we need to do now is put a bit of voiceover from Milky Quail, and that could be an onboard TT lab to help the newcomers out. That was pretty impressive, barring that crash. Barring that crash.
I was going so slow and safe just not to crash because, just if you can get around there without a crash. But no, thank you. It's all good.
Sara, what do you think about that from the Thriller? Do you think you should make a comeback?
I don't know how he actually did that because I tried the first person perspective and I could not do it. It is the hardest thing. This game is already hard by itself. Mm-hmm. And to do it in first person perspective is even harder. So I have no idea how he did that time.
So guys, the question we need answering now is whereabouts you are on that leaderboard. A combined team time of 35 minutes and 8 seconds. You happy with that?
Yeah, please.
That's mega. After the break, one more team take to the start line, and that includes team captain Peter Hickman, the fastest man around the TT course. Join us after the break. Hello and welcome back to the Virtual TT powered by Motul. Now the time has come to send the final team down Glen Crutchery Road. Only one team is standing in the way of Team Todd taking their first ever Virtual TT victory. It's going to be a big one. It's Team Hickman.
Peter Hickman, this looks like a cracking opening sector.
A lesson from the master.
Tell you what, that makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up every time I watch that. Peter Hickman, welcome to the Virtual TT. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good, thank you very much. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Pete, I'll be honest, I didn't have you down as much of a gamer. Like, have you put some hours into this game, or are you just relying on the fact that, well, you're the fastest man around the TT to set a decent time?
Well, I was a gamer when I was a kid, a bit more, but a little bit. I played it a lot when it first came out, when I got the download. So, but I haven't really played it until they asked me to do this. So I only really did a practice lap and then got straight onto it.
Obviously, we all should be there right now, enjoying the festival that is the TT. You must be gutted to not be there on one hand, but safe in the knowledge that I guess you're still the lap record holder for another year.
Yeah, obviously it's massively disappointing for everyone. We should be on the Isle of Man now and basking in the sunshine, which is just even more typical, isn't it? But the weather forecast is pretty awesome for the next couple of weeks. But hey, we've just got to all deal with it how we deal with it. It's I should have been at Donington last weekend. I should have been at Northwest the week before. But you just got to kind of deal with what's going on. I mean, I've been managing to keep busy here at PHR, and yeah. Looking forward to finally getting back out on a bike sometime soon.
Right, Pete, it's time to meet your teammate. This guy is coming all the way from Russia. He's an avid gamer and a TT fan. It's Alex Petrov. Hello and welcome to the Virtual TT.
Hello, guys. Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Good,
Nice
thank
to
you.
meet
How are
mate.
you?
I'm good.
Good.
So, Alex, you're teamed up alongside the fastest man ever to lap the TT course. Are you feeling a little bit of pressure now?
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, because I didn't ride any bike like in the real world, so I just maybe did it once or twice, some really long time ago, and I'm more of a car guy in the real world. But yeah, and I was just like realizing how actually hard it is to handle a bike, even in the virtual world. It was kind of like an insane experience for me. So I'm pretty like excited about being here with Pete.
And Pete, are you slightly nervous that you've got a gamer who potentially could lap the circuit faster than you?
That is more than possible for sure. Yeah, I probably should have practiced a little bit more. You know, now I'm sat here now. I'm thinking maybe I should have just done a little bit more practice and made sure that my lap time was really, really strong. But we'll wait and see. You know, I'm interested to find out.
I don't know who should be giving who tips here. Should it be the gamer or should it be the racer? I just have no idea. Right, we're going to get straight into the action with Alex's lap. So we're going to throw over now to Dave Moore, who's going to take you through all the action.
We've never had a Russian take on the Isle of Man TT races. Alex Petrov, the first Russian to take on the virtual TT powered by Motul. And like many others before him, he's elected to go for David Johnson's Honda. Alex Petrov racing for Team Hickman. Now, even possibly as a newcomer, you'd fancy his chances of taking the team award with Peter Hickman alongside you, but he certainly doesn't seem to know, or certainly not as familiar with the Isle of Man TT course. That was a fairly cautious drop down Bray Hill and along Quarterbridge Road towards Quarterbridge. And I think we could be looking at one of the more slower times here. So Petrov out of Quarterbridge. It is ultra cautious. It will be one of the slower, and he's got traffic behind him as well. Whether they're going to catch him remains to be seen. So into Braddon Bridge. Yeah, leaned right over. So what will Alex's approach be? He's backing off for the corners. Yeah, he certainly doesn't know his way around as perhaps he should. That's the indicators, of course, at the top of the screen telling him what's coming up. So through Union Mills rather cautiously. And he might just have a little bit more joy, as I said earlier, on the run, where road is far more open. Certainly along here there are walls and trees and things to really cloud your judgment. Lots of things to take in, lots of things to, not that you would normally look at, but you can't help but look at. But over the mountain, it's really open, of course. Too windy for trees. So he just needs to make sure he can keep it going. And as I say that, and the road really does tighten after Hilbury. But there goes Michael Rutter. So Alex, please, just follow Michael down. There is nothing to be gained by trying to pass him. Just learn the road from the master. dear, oh dear. So Alex has got what will be, or what will prove to be, the very tricky right-hand turn at Governor's Bridge. Getting back into the swing of things. Through the nook. Blipping that throttle. Oh, so that's not too bad. Oh, it's become a little bit of a traffic jam through the dip. So Alex Petrov then, our first Russian at the virtual TT powered by Motul, is going to cross the line. 22 minutes and 29 seconds.
Alex, I mean, apart from the final crash down near, was it Hilbury? That was a decent lap. Are you happy with that one?
Thank you for that, but like that was the one that I was actually happy with, but I believe that if I could practice more, it might be even better. But it's really hard. It's not that easy that it might seem from the outside, but that's really hard.
What do you think to that lap? Are you happy with your teammate?
Yeah, not too bad at all. I mean, it kind of reminded me of my first lap, kind of sitting up in places where you would be kind of flat out normally. But yeah, no, it looked like you were fairly smooth in the end, to be honest. So that run down to Brandish looked pretty good. Just Hilbury maybe need to work on.
So the time has come now to see if Peter Hickman can knock off Team Todd from that top spot on the leaderboard. Pete, it's all down to you as we head back to Dave Moore with the fastest man around the TT's lap.
Here he is. It's the man, Peter Hickman, racing as Peter Hickman for Team Hickman. He's partnered by Alex Petrov, but here we go.
Down Bray Hill we go. First lap, full tank of fuel, cold tyres.
So down Bray Hill, and of course Peter Hickman, the man who did the 135, the only man to have done 135 miles an hour around the Isle of Man TT course, on the Smiths Racing BMW. Slows for Quarter Bridge. And this is good from Peter Hickman. He's not just handy on a bike. He knows how to control a game console controller as well. Slows for Braddon Bridge. This is where he overshot that time quite famously. But still managed to claw it back. Always admits he's the start of a TT race takes him a few miles to get settled in.
Needed a good exit. Wasn't the best exit, but it was all right.
So through Union Mills for Peter Hickman. The 1 mile uphill run to Leghari.
Real fast section for a long time now. Going to be on the throttle for a long, long way.
So, Peter Hickman, this is a fantastic lap. I've been concentrating so hard on the comparison with his own 135 mile an hour lap. I've not been checking to see where he is on the leaderboard. He was around 3 seconds behind Jamie Coward, and here we are at Balaf. 7 minutes 18, that's 4 seconds behind Coward. 4 seconds behind Sam Tipper, 3 seconds behind Louis Porter, and 2 seconds behind Mark Miller.
Scary corner, proper ballsy. You'd be doing it in fifth really on 2 blind. You'd be over onto the right hand side of the road, I'm on the left. So in my first year, you do it on the left because it's less of a jump on the left. But once you start going fast, you haven't got a choice. You end up on the right whether you like it or not. Quarry Bend.
So Quarry Bends, 7 minutes 50. That's pretty much spot on. for the 135-mile-an-hour target. And you have to get out of Quarry Bends really fast to get onto the Solby Straight.
Awesome corner, Guthrie's. 3 apexes, 2 to through third apex, hard on the brakes. Had a big spin out of here in 2018 on the fastest lap.
Oh dear, onto the grass, and down goes Hickman once again.
Too wide.
Just pushing it a little bit too far, and this is going to cost him. Oh dear, concentration's gone, focus is
Trying to
gone.
make time up. That's what happens, you see. You make a mistake and then you try and make time up, and you just make more mistakes.
So that battle with Jamie Coward for a place in the top 6, he may have just thrown that away. Jamie Coward was 13.28 at the bungalow. Raul Torres Martinez 13.20, but there's other riders as well. Sam Tipper at 13.36. Oh dear, really taking it to the edge. Swinging it around into signpost corner. We've got the real tricky Governor's Bridge coming up. Oh, it just clips the street light. It's funny, you come into Governor's, you've been going so fast for so long over the mountain, and then boom, you have to really slow down. The kind of planet comes back to you almost. But here we go. To go across the finish line, well, he's not doing 16:42. It's going to be 17 minutes, 6 seconds.
17:06. 32.4. No, not too bad.
17 minutes and 6 seconds. Pete, how was that lap for you?
Apart from the crashing, it wasn't too bad. I get so annoyed with myself as well. Like, even when I watched it back then, I'm like, I know where I can be better. But anyway, there you go.
Yeah, it looks so much easier when you look back. Like, after I've watched all these laps now, I think I could jump on it and be a pro and go around it in 15 minutes, but that's not the case when you pick up the control pad. Unfortunately for you guys, a team time of 39 minutes and 30 seconds, meaning that Davey Todd has won his first ever virtual TT. Pete, you must be
I kind of figured, everything I've seen and everything that we've been talking about leading up to this, every picture or example has been of Davey Todd. That means he has been on that game, doing nothing else but that game for a while. So yeah, I kind of expected Davey to be very fast. What time did he do? Just what was his lap?
He did a 15-minute 44.
Well, that's good.
Which is what, 140 point something mile an hour, or 150 maybe.
Right,
Yeah.
so you're gonna have to pull your finger out next year's TT to master that time in the real world now, right?
I can have a go. I'm not entirely sure it's possible, but I can have a go.
So there we have it. The virtual TT powered by Motul is over. The action has been insane. It's been amazing. And Davey Todd has finally got his first ever TT victory. Not only thanks to Davey, but also Davey's teammate, gamer Sam Tipper. Congratulations to Sam on his first ever TT victory as well. I doubt we ever thought we would be saying that about him. But make sure in 2021, you join us back on the island for some real world action. Thanks for watching, everybody.